Have you ever looked at a fashion magazine and thought, that's gorgeous, but could I really wear that at my age? Well, today I'm putting that question to rest. Welcome to 3 chic trends that really work for women over 50, where style has no expiration date. After 20 years in fashion styling, specifically for women in their prime years, I've learned one crucial truth. The most stylish women aren't the ones chasing every fleeting trend. They're the ones who know how to select the right trends that enhance their natural elegance. Look around. Some of the most fashionable women in the world are well over 50. Think Helen Mirren, Meryl Streep, or Iris Apfel. These women aren't trying to dress like they're 25. They're showcasing something far more powerful: confidence in their evolving style. Today, I'm sharing 3 specific trends that are not only current, but particularly flattering for our bodies and lifestyles after 50. These aren't disposable fast fashion fads that will be gone next season. These are sophisticated approaches that work with what you already own and love. What makes these trends special is how they highlight the assets we've gained with time: our poise, our discernment, our authenticity. No more fashion FOMO, just practical, elegant options that will have people asking, "Where did you get that?" rather than, "Are you trying too hard?" In the next few minutes, you'll discover how luxurious textures can transform even the simplest outfit, the modern updates to classic pieces that you'll actually want to wear, and the statement accessories that do all the heavy lifting for your everyday wardrobe. Let's talk about our first trend: elevated basics with luxe textures. This might sound simple, but trust me, it's revolutionary for your wardrobe. As we mature, our skin changes. The luminosity, the texture, the way light plays across our features, all of this evolves. And that's why the quality of fabrics becomes increasingly important. It's not about hiding behind clothes. It's about choosing materials that complement and enhance what time has given us. Here's something you might not realize. When we were younger, we could get away with lower quality fabrics because our skin had that youthful bounce and glow. But now we deserve better. Our bodies have stories to tell, and they deserve to be dressed in fabrics that honor those stories. Let me show you what I mean by luxe textures. First, let's look at premium knits. This isn't just any sweater, it's 100% cashmere. Notice how it catches the light differently than a standard cotton blend would. The subtle luster adds dimension to your complexion. And here's what many stylists won't tell you. As our skin loses some elasticity, these softer fabrics create a beautiful contrast that's actually more flattering than when we were younger. See how elegant this looks with just simple trousers? Nothing complicated, but the rich texture of the cashmere elevates the entire look. Merino wool is another game changer, especially in these finer knits. Unlike bulky wools that can add unwanted volume, merino drapes beautifully across the body. It's also temperature regulating, which, let's be honest, becomes increasingly important after 50. Layer it over anything, even a basic t-shirt, and suddenly you have an outfit that looks intentional and sophisticated. Now, let's talk about linen. Forget what you think you know about linen being just for casual summer wear. Today's premium linen pieces, especially those with a touch of other fibers for structure, can look absolutely refined. The natural texture of linen catches light beautifully and adds dimension to your silhouette. What's particularly wonderful about structured linen is how it creates a relaxed elegance that works perfectly for our lifestyle now. We're beyond the stiff, corporate suits of our earlier careers. We want polish without constriction. And that's exactly what modern linen provides. Finally, let's talk about silk and silk blends. Perhaps the most transformative texture of all. A silk blouse like this one is the ultimate elevated basic. The natural sheen creates a subtle glow that reflects onto your skin. It's like having your own personal lighting director. And contrary to popular belief, silk doesn't have to be high maintenance. Many modern silk blends are machine washable. Pay attention to how silk moves. This gentle fluidity softens our silhouette in all the right ways. It doesn't cling like synthetic materials, it floats, and that subtle movement is incredibly flattering. Now let's talk about creating a monochromatic look with textural interest. This is where the magic really happens. When you combine different textures in the same color family, perhaps this cashmere sweater with these linen trousers and a silk scarf, You create visual interest without looking busy. It's sophisticated and pulled together without trying too hard. The secret is to keep the colors similar while letting the textures create the visual interest. This monochromatic approach also creates a longer, leaner line, always flattering no matter what your body type. Let me share some practical advice about caring for these luxurious fabrics. First, invest in a good fabric shaver. Even the finest cashmere can pill, and keeping it pristine makes all the difference. Second, consider hand washing your fine knits instead of dry cleaning. It's gentler on the fibers and extends the life of the garment. Just use lukewarm water with a capful of gentle detergent and never wring or twist. Press the water out gently. For silk, invest in a steamer rather than an iron. It removes wrinkles without creating that shiny, pressed look that can make silk appear cheap. And finally, proper storage is crucial. Use padded hangers for your silk blouses and fold knits rather than hanging them to prevent stretching. A word about investment. I'm not suggesting you replace your entire wardrobe with cashmere and silk overnight. Start with one piece, perhaps a gorgeous cashmere scarf or a silk blouse in your most flattering color. Wear it often, care for it well, and notice how differently you feel when you're wearing quality. The beauty of elevated basics is that they don't scream for attention, they whisper. They feel wonderful against your skin, move beautifully with your body, and create an overall impression of quality that no trendy fast fashion piece can achieve. Remember, after 50, we're dressing for ourselves more than ever before. We understand quality, we value comfort, and we deserve fabrics that feel as good as they look. Luxurious textures are not an indulgence. They're a declaration that you value yourself enough to choose the best. Now that we've explored how elevated basics with luxe textures can transform your wardrobe, let's move on to our second trend, modern classics with a twist. Now let's explore our second trend, modern classics with a twist. This is where timeless wardrobe staples get exciting contemporary updates that keep you looking relevant without chasing fleeting fads. We all have classics in our wardrobe, pieces we've relied on for years. The white button-down, the perfect blazer, the straight-leg trousers. These items have earned their place in our closets because they work. But here's the key. Updating these classics with modern elements keeps them from feeling stale or aging. Let's start with what I call the reinvented blazer. The traditional blazer has been a wardrobe workhorse for decades, but today's versions offer so much more. Notice the slightly relaxed shoulder on this piece. Gone are the days of those severe, padded power shoulders from the 80s and 90s. Today's blazer follows the natural line of your shoulder and creates a much more elegant silhouette. The proportions have evolved too. This longer line elongates the torso beautifully. And unlike the boxier cuts of traditional blazers, this one has subtle contouring that acknowledges the female form without clinging to it. Don't be afraid of color. While your classic navy and black blazers deserve their place in your wardrobe, consider adding one in a rich jewel tone like this sapphire blue or a soft burgundy. These colors are sophisticated but add energy to your complexion, especially as our natural coloring often becomes softer with age. The versatility of today's blazer is what makes it truly modern. No longer reserved for formal settings, try wearing one with well-fitted jeans and a simple t-shirt. Add a statement necklace, and you have an outfit that works for lunch with friends, gallery openings, or casual Friday at the office. Next, let's talk about statement trousers. Perhaps the most exciting update to classic bottom wear in decades. These wide-leg trousers create a beautiful flowing line from hip to hem. Unlike the skinny pants that dominated fashion for years, and frankly, weren't always the most flattering, these wider legs create balance and elegance. Feel how they move. There's a wonderful sense of drama in these pants that's still completely appropriate for everyday wear. The fluid motion creates energy and vitality in your overall appearance. Many modern trouser styles feature a higher rise, which is incredibly flattering for women over 50. This higher waistline defines your narrowest point and creates a beautiful proportion. It also eliminates that gap in the back that can happen with lower-rise pants. While solid neutrals are always safe, consider statement trousers in subtle patterns like this Glen plaid or pinstripe. They add visual interest while still functioning as versatile pieces in your wardrobe. The beauty of statement trousers is that they do all the work. Pair them with a simple silk shell or fine-gauge sweater, and you have an instantly polished look. No need for complicated styling or layers of accessories. Now, let's talk about perhaps the most classic item of all, the white shirt, and how today's versions offer exciting new possibilities. The classic white button-down will never go out of style, but today's iterations offer details that make them feel fresh and contemporary. Look at the collar on this one. The slightly exaggerated point creates a beautiful frame for your face and draws the eye upward. As we age, focusing attention toward our faces is always flattering. Details like these, French cuffs with pearl closures, transform a basic white shirt into something special. These subtle touches communicate attention to detail and sophistication. This asymmetrical closing is another modern twist that adds visual interest without veering into trendy territory. It's still completely classic in its DNA, but the unexpected detail makes it current. The versatility of the updated white shirt cannot be overstated. Wear it fully buttoned under a blazer for a crisp, professional look. Open a few buttons and add a layered necklace for evening. Tie it at the waist over a simple dress to create a jacket-like layer. Each styling creates a completely different mood with the same piece. Now let's talk about balancing traditional and contemporary elements, the real secret to making modern classics work at any age. When incorporating these updated classics into your wardrobe, aim for a balance of familiar and fresh. Perhaps pair your statement trousers with a traditional cashmere sweater or your reinvented blazer with well-fitting straight-leg jeans. The goal isn't to look like you've completely reinvented yourself, it's to look like you've evolved naturally, which is exactly what we all do. Let's address how to choose modern classics that work for your specific body type, because this becomes increasingly important as we age. If you carry more weight around your middle, look for blazers with a slightly longer line and a single button closure that creates a vertical emphasis. For those with fuller busts, white shirts with stretch and without breast pockets will fit more comfortably and create a cleaner line. If you're petite, be careful with the new wider leg trousers. Choose ones with a higher waist and make sure they're properly hemmed to avoid overwhelming your frame. For those with fuller hips and thighs, blazers with some structure in the shoulder create beautiful balance in your silhouette. Remember, modern classics should serve you, not the other way around. Don't force yourself into a style just because it's current if it doesn't work for your body or lifestyle. The true luxury of being a woman over 50 is knowing yourself well enough to make these distinctions with confidence. You've earned the wisdom to choose what works for you, and that discernment is far more stylish than blindly following trends. The difference between looking dated and looking timelessly elegant often comes down to these subtle modern twists on classic pieces. It's not about age, it's about awareness. Being aware of how classics have evolved keeps you looking relevant and engaged with the world around you. After all, we're not looking to turn back time. We're looking to honor where we are right now with style and confidence. These modern classics do exactly that. They acknowledge your accumulated wisdom while embracing your continued evolution. Let's dive into our third and final trend: tasteful statement accessories. This might be the most exciting area for women over 50 because accessories are where we can truly embrace current trends without compromising on comfort or appropriateness. Here's why accessories are the perfect playground for style exploration after 50. They don't have to fit. They don't care if your weight fluctuates. They don't require a certain body type, and they can completely transform even the most basic outfit into something extraordinary. Let's start with what I call architectural jewelry. These are bold, sculptural pieces that make a statement through their form rather than excessive sparkle or color. Look at this cuff bracelet. The clean lines, the substantial weight. When you wear a piece like this, it communicates confidence and artistic sensibility. It says you appreciate design and aren't afraid to be noticed. The beauty of architectural jewelry is how it elevates simplicity. A plain black dress or a white shirt and jeans become a style statement when paired with a piece like this. You don't need to pile on multiple elements. one significant piece does all the work. Statement earrings are particularly flattering as we age because they draw attention to the face and add movement and light. Look for designs with clean lines rather than overly fussy details. These silver sculptural earrings catch the light beautifully and flatter every skin tone. Silver tends to be more flattering than yellow gold for many women as we age, as it complements the cooler undertones that often develop in our skin and hair. Don't feel constrained by matching metals either. Today's most sophisticated jewelry often combines silver, gold, and bronze tones in one piece. This mixed metal approach is more modern and gives you flexibility to wear with everything in your wardrobe. When choosing necklaces, consider scale and proportion carefully. As our necklines change with age, the right necklace can be transformative. Look for pieces that sit at or just below the collarbone to draw attention to your face rather than your décolletage. If bold statement pieces aren't your style, try the modern approach of layering several simpler necklaces at different lengths. This creates visual interest while maintaining elegance. Now, let's talk about perhaps the most impactful accessory of all: eyewear. Whether prescription or sunglasses, bold, artistic frames can define your entire look. Many women become more reliant on reading glasses after 50, so why not make them a deliberate style statement? Look for frames with interesting shapes, subtle color, or unexpected details. The right eyewear can actually make you look younger because it communicates that you're engaged with current design trends. Think of icons like Iris Apfel, whose distinctive glasses became her signature. Notice how the right frames draw attention to your eyes and can actually create a lifting effect for your features. Don't hide behind invisible frames. Celebrate this accessory as part of your personal style. Let's talk about handbags, perhaps the most functional statement accessory of all. Quality handbags with interesting details are worth every penny of investment. Look for clean lines and architectural shapes that feel modern without being trendy. This structured bag with its distinctive clasp will look current for years while still being completely appropriate. Consider functionality as well as aesthetics. The best bags for women our age have thoughtful interior organization, comfortable straps, and aren't excessively heavy when empty. Don't be afraid of color here. A handbag in a rich hue like this deep teal or burgundy adds energy to neutral outfits while still being versatile enough for daily use. Now, let's talk about how statement accessories can transform basic outfits. The true magic of this trend. Take this simple outfit: black pants, white shirt, classic but potentially boring. Now watch what happens when we add this sculptural necklace, these bold earrings, this cuff bracelet, these distinctive glasses, and this architectural handbag. Suddenly, we have an outfit with personality and current appeal. The same comfortable, simple base pieces now look intentional and curated rather than basic. The next day, swap these accessories for different ones, and you have an entirely new look with the same foundation pieces. This is economical, sustainable fashion that works for real life. When choosing statement accessories, keep these guidelines in mind. First, consider scale in relation to your frame. If you're petite, oversized pieces can overwhelm you. If you have a larger frame, tiny, delicate jewelry might get lost. Second, aim for balance. If you're wearing a bold necklace, keep earrings simpler. If you have dramatic eyewear, perhaps your other accessories should be more subdued. 1 or 2 statement pieces per outfit is plenty. Third, prioritize accessories that frame your face: earrings, necklaces, scarves, eyewear. These have the most impact on your overall appearance and draw attention to your most expressive features. Fourth, choose quality over quantity. One exceptional piece that you love is better than a drawer full of mediocre accessories. This doesn't mean everything must be expensive. There are wonderful artisanal pieces at all price points, but they should feel special. Let me address the investment aspect of this trend. Statement accessories are worth spending a bit more on because they don't need to fit perfectly or accommodate body changes. They're often the first thing people notice about your outfit. They can completely refresh pieces you already own, and they typically last for many years without looking dated. When investing in accessories, look for pieces that make a statement through quality materials, excellent craftsmanship, and distinctive design, rather than following obvious trends. The goal is artistic expression, not fashion victimhood. Consider your lifestyle when choosing statement accessories. If you're primarily casual these days, perhaps a distinctive leather wrap bracelet or artisanal earrings make more sense than cocktail rings or evening clutches. Don't be afraid to mix high and low pieces. Pair those special earrings you bought on vacation with a simple chain from the department store. The unexpected combination creates a personal style that can't be replicated. Many stylish women over 50 become known for a signature accessory, whether it's always wearing distinctive eyewear, bold rings, or colorful scarves. Consider what might become your signature piece, the accessory that feels most authentically you. Remember, statement accessories aren't about shouting for attention. They're about expressing your personality and engaging with design in a way that feels authentic. They should bring you joy when you put them on, and make your tried-and-true wardrobe pieces feel fresh and current. After 50, we've earned the confidence to make bold choices. Statement accessories allow us to do that while still honoring the wisdom that comes with experience. They're the perfect balance of creative expression and practical functionality. As we've seen throughout this video, style after 50 isn't about chasing youth or following every trend. It's about making thoughtful choices that express who you are now. From luxurious textures to modern classics to statement accessories, these three trends allow us to stay current and engaged while honoring our authentic selves. What these trends have in common is that they celebrate where we are right now, not where we were 20 years ago, or where society thinks we should be. They acknowledge our wisdom, our confidence, and our desire for quality over quantity. Remember, style at this stage of life isn't about following rules. It's about knowing which rules to break and which to embrace. It's about making choices that honor both your past experiences and your future adventures. I encourage you to experiment with at least one of these trends this week. Perhaps add a luxurious textile to your everyday outfit, update a classic piece in your wardrobe, or invest in one statement accessory that brings you joy. If you try any of these trends, I'd love to see how you make them your own. Share your photos in the comments below or tag me on social media. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our next conversation about style after 50. Next week, we'll be talking about creating a capsule wardrobe that actually works for your lifestyle. Until then, remember that true style isn't about age, it's about authenticity. And you, my friend, have earned every bit of the authenticity you bring to your style. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.